You're chilling on the couch, scrolling on your phone, when suddenly, plop, your dog places their paw right on you. Cute, right? But what if I told you it's not always a sign of love? In some cases, it's a huge red flag. Dogs communicate through energy and body language, not words, and that paw, it might be their way of saying something's wrong. Today, we're breaking down 12 weird dog behaviors that most owners misinterpret, including one that could literally save your dog's life, so if your pup does any of these, pay attention, let's dive in. Alright, let's start with the one that sparked this whole video. Why does your dog put their paw on you? Yes, sometimes it's affection. We love affection, dogs love affection. But is it always pure, simple affection? Not necessarily. More often than not, it's attention-seeking. Your dog has learned that putting their paw on you gets a reaction, and what do they want? Your attention, of course, but what we really need to be aware of is the possibility that your dog is trying to tell you they're stressed, in pain, or anxious. If your dog is pawing at you while whining, avoiding eye contact, or excessively licking their lips, that's a sign they might be uncomfortable, in pain, or even anxious. Some dogs do this to self-soothe, kind of like a kid holding a security blanket. If your dog's pawing seems frantic or new, check for injuries and observe their body language. And if you're ever in doubt, always consult with a veterinarian or a professional dog trainer. You've seen it before. One minute your dog is chilling, maybe even napping peacefully, and the next, they're sprinting around the house like a caffeinated maniac. Where did all that energy come from? Don't worry, your dog isn't possessed. This is a completely normal dog behavior known as FRAPs, frenetic random activity periods, aka Zoomies. Zoomies are simply a burst of pent-up energy. It's like your dog suddenly has to release all this built-up energy, and the best way they know how is to run around like crazy. And you know what? Let them. Some breeds are more prone to Zoomies than others. Here's a pro tip. If your dog gets Zoomies constantly indoors, they likely need more exercise. A tired dog is a well-behaved dog. Make sure your dog is getting enough physical and mental exercise every day. A long walk, a run in the park, or a good game of fetch can make all the difference. We've all seen it, and we've all been charmed by it. The adorable head tilt that dogs do. Many people believe it's just cute, and it is, but science suggests there's more to it than meets the eye. Dogs tilt their heads to better hear or process what we're saying. Think about it. Dogs don't have the same facial muscles that we do. They can't make all the same expressions. So to better understand us, they tilt their heads to adjust their ear position and improve their hearing. It's their way of trying to decipher what we're saying. And here's something fun to try. Say a random phrase like pineapple pancakes in a funny voice and see if they tilt their head. It's adorable and a great bonding moment. Be honest, how many times has your dog followed you into the bathroom like a little furry bodyguard? It's almost like they can't bear to be separated from you for a second. While it can be endearing, it's important to understand why dogs do this. Dogs are pack animals. In the wild, they live in groups, and they rely on each other for survival. So, it's only natural that your dog would want to stick close to you. You're their pack leader, their source of food, shelter, and safety. They're hardwired to stay by your side. But for some breeds, following you to the bathroom can also signal separation anxiety. Here's a pro tip. If your dog gets nervous when you're out of sight, practice short alone time drills to ease anxiety. Start by leaving them alone for a few seconds, then gradually increase the amount of time. Ah, the feeling of your furry friend snuggled up against you, their warmth radiating through your body. It's pure bliss, isn't it? While it feels like a gesture of pure love and affection, there's a primal instinct at play here. You see, in the wild, dogs sleep in packs for warmth and security. By snuggling up against you, your dog is fulfilling that primal instinct. They feel safe and secure when they're close to you. It's a sign of trust and love, but it's also a territorial thing. If your dog suddenly stops sleeping against you, they might be in pain or unwell. Keep an eye out for other changes in their behavior. Most of the time when your dog rolls over on their back and exposes their belly, they're saying, "Rub my belly." And who can resist that adorable face and those pleading eyes? But it's important to remember that dogs communicate differently than humans. While a belly rub invitation is often a sign of trust and affection, it can also be a sign of submission, especially if they do it around dominant dogs. In the canine world, rolling over on their back is a way of showing vulnerability and submission. It's their way of saying, "I trust you not to hurt me." Here's a little test you can try. When your dog rolls over for a belly rub, pause before petting them. Observe their body language. If they wiggle excitedly, their tail wags furiously, and they look at you with anticipation, they want those belly rubs. Enjoying the video? Don't forget to subscribe for more insights. Have you ever been startled by your dog barking ferociously at seemingly nothing? You look around but you don't see anything unusual. Is your dog seeing ghosts? Not necessarily. Dogs have incredible hearing, far superior to ours. They can hear high-pitched frequencies that are completely inaudible to human ears. So, while you might not hear anything, your dog could be reacting to a high-pitched noise coming from outside, like a dog whistle, a distant siren, or even an insect buzzing around. It's also important to remember that some breeds are naturally more prone to barking than others. Here's a pro tip. If your dog barks excessively, try to determine the root cause. Often, excessive barking is a sign of boredom or lack of mental stimulation. Make sure your dog is getting enough exercise, playtime, and mental enrichment. We've all seen it. That sideways glance, that side-eye stare that dogs sometimes give us. It can be interpreted in many ways depending on the context. Sometimes it's just their way of being goofy and playful, but other times it can be a sign of stress, anxiety, or even aggression. The key to understanding the side-eye stare is to pay attention to the rest of your dog's body language. However, if their body is relaxed, their tail is wagging, and they're giving you that side-eye with a playful grin, it's probably just their way of being silly and engaging with you. Have you ever watched your dog spin in circles before finally settling down for a nap? It might seem like a strange ritual, but it's actually an ancient instinct that's been passed down from their wild ancestors. Wolves, the ancestors of our domesticated dogs, would often spin in circles before lying down to create a comfortable nesting area. They would trample down grass and underbrush to create a soft and insulated bed. While our domesticated dogs no longer need to create their own nests or worry about predators in our homes, that instinctual behavior is still hardwired into their DNA. We sigh, dogs sigh, we all sigh sometimes. But what does it actually mean when your dog lets out a deep sigh? Is it a sign of contentment, sadness, or something else entirely? Well, like most things in dog language, it depends on the context. A deep sigh accompanied by relaxed body language such as a soft gaze, a loose posture, and a slightly wagging tail usually indicates contentment. Your dog is relaxed, comfortable, and at ease in their surroundings. However, a sigh accompanied by droopy ears, sad eyes, a tucked tail, and a hunched posture could indicate disappointment or sadness. Your dog might sigh if they're feeling neglected, if they're anticipating something unpleasant, or if they're feeling under the weather. It's the thought that counts, right? Many dog owners have experienced the joy of receiving a gift from their beloved canine companion. It could be a slobbery tennis ball, a well-worn stuffed animal, or even a smelly old shoe. While it's easy to interpret these gifts as a sign of pure love and affection, there might be more to it than meets the eye. Some dogs bring their favorite toys to their owners as a way of showing affection and strengthening their bond. They see you as a member of their pack, and they want to share their prized possessions with you. It's their way of saying, "I love you, and I want you to have this." However, in some cases, bringing you gifts can be a dominance gesture. The best way to interpret your dog's gift-giving behavior is to observe their body language and consider their overall personality. Have you ever noticed your dog backing their butt up against you? It might seem like an odd, even slightly rude behavior, but it's actually one of the highest compliments your dog can give you. In the canine world, exposing their back is a sign of ultimate trust. Dogs are vulnerable when their backs are turned. They can't see what's behind them, and they're open to attack. So, when your dog backs their butt up against you, they're essentially saying, "I trust you completely." This behavior is often seen in puppies, who are still learning about the world and developing trust with their humans. So, which of these quirks does your dog do? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to understand your pup even better, don't miss my next video, How to Say Sorry to Your Dog, Science Explained. Click here to watch. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more dog insights. See you there!